So welcome everyone to our weekly emotional intelligence and career transition session. Myself, Denise Farkelson, emotional intelligence coach, and with me is Dr. Tara Hines. She is also a career transition coach. And weekly, we come to you with a little bit of a 10-minute boost to talk about little tips and strategies that can magnify the way that you run your career transition journey. And please do, if you've not checked out some of the ones that we've done before, just look through our feed and you will see that. And please do subscribe as well to our YouTube channel that has got all of the videos that we've done in the past that could help you on your journey, through your journey. And even if you've arrived now at your new career place, then actually what next? Because there are some real gems there as well. So I'm going to hand over to Tara now to introduce this week's topic. Tara?
Thank you. As always, it's great to connect here. And today we will take a deep dive into confidence and self-belief and how to build and maintain that self-confidence when you are in making a career transition. And many times, well, I won't even say many times, I would say most times there isn't a sense of whether I'm losing my self confidence or if I truly believe, am I questioning or doubting myself in the career transition process? And when you think about building and maintaining self confidence, is really important in order to truly believe that you can get into the next role or that you're navigating this transition properly or to the best of your ability. And the reality is that building and maintaining self confidence is truly an ongoing process. It's something that you should be doing every day. But I really don't think that we think about it that way. Most of the time, we are applying for roles, we are interviewing, we may not get the offer, we are maybe contemplating an offer and not really connecting it to how is this potentially building my self-confidence, and is am I showing signs of truly not believing in who I am, how I show up, the value that I can bring to an organization, in that perspective. But in order to do that, I really think that the first thing that comes to my mind, and that did come to my mind as I was thinking about this topic, is that we have to lead each day with our own self-talk or positive affirmations, that is what we call it today. And it's probably been called that forever, but it's really a big thing when you think about TikTok, when you think about social media on Instagram, Facebook, or even in the news, how we are truly responsible for reinforcing our abilities, our strengths, being able to pull from our past achievements, and really connecting those dots to remind us that we've overcome so many obstacles. And in those reminders, those daily self affirmations or self talk is really, really important to be able to know that, or tell yourself that I am unique, my skills are unique, I add value, I have this experience. I've been successful and I've managed, X amount of projects. I've coached, X amount of people. I am fully capable of doing whatever it is. And that doesn't mean that I get the position immediately. It doesn't mean that I will not hear X amount of no's, because those don't change who I am and what I bring to the table. And so I just really think that the starting place for confidence and then self belief and maintaining those two throughout your career transition journey really starts with yourself. And it definitely starts with self talk and positive affirmation.
You've got me thinking about a book that I used to recommend to a lot of my coachees, Tara. Shad Helmstetter wrote a book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. And a lot of self-confidence and self-belief is down to the things that we are saying to ourselves and the things that we are thinking about ourselves as well. And sometimes when we're thinking it, it comes out in our speech, it comes out in the way we say how and describe some of our actions and our behaviors and our next steps, and whether actually it won't be a next step because I'm afraid I couldn't do that. There's no way that could happen. That sector, that role, all these things go through our minds, and it's natural. It really is. But actually, if we practice, and that's a tip that I really offer right now, if you're listening to this, the tip and the strategy is if you are saying things and thinking things about your career transition, you've got to start with your self affirmation and the words that you're using, the tone that you're using. Uh, I heard someone say the other day, me, do that. And just those three words are powerful in transforming the fact there is no way that you're going to move from A to B. However, if you then say, me, do that. Tone is everything, right? It's a different aspect to what you say as well. Maybe I should write a book. What tone to use when you talk to yourself, right? But it's so crucial, so, so crucial. So please, please, please practice that as of now. What are you saying to yourself? What have you put off? What things do you need to
Mhm.
resurrect and start saying to yourself now that you can do, you can change, you can move on, you can change and go on to that new career journey. You can go to that new sector, you can work in that new role, you can work in that new function or department or directorate. It's absolutely possible because a lot of the times it's not necessarily your competence that's got you there. It's the way you show up and the things that you've said, which creates a fascinating aura of self confidence and self belief anyway. And even the fact that as a child, that has its advantages. If you've been wired from a very young age to be confident and to really speak to yourself in ways that are really powerful, then actually you'll show up now as an adult moving into a new career with an added bonus. Okay. But can that added bonus become a new habit for you? Absolutely, it can. You can you can become that self-confident person who is assured in what you know and how you show up for the roles that you do. And also, another thought that's come to mind, Tara. Also, think about how confident you've been in the past and the transitions that you've done in the past, and use those transitions and the excellent success, output that you have created.
Right.
If that can happen then, it can happen in the future. So go back and build your confidence as well from some of the things that you've done. And don't take it for granted that, oh, I was in a good space then, or I had a really good leader or a mentor then. Actually, a lot of that came from you. So
Mhm.
do please double check, triple check what were the successes from before in your resume. And they're there for a reason. So use them to rebuild your new journey going forward. Tara?
Yes, I think that, past experiences, and I believe that I mentioned it earlier, being able to pull on those is really, really, really important because many times when we're going through things, we don't realize that, we're not reminded immediately that, oh, I've been in a similar situation like this before, and I'm on the other side of it because we have gone, miles since then, of when that thing occurred. And so, but the other thing that came to mind as you were speaking is that I think it's really also important that you have a supportive network around you, whether that's of professionals, whether that's family members, whether that's friends, whether they're in your same industry or not, it doesn't matter. It's really important because that network of individuals boost your confidence in different times on on that career transition journey. And so many of you may have shared experiences, but others may not. They may truly just see who you are and know that you add value and that you would be an asset to any organization or to any of the work that you do. So I think it's really important to know that you have that network. And if you don't, start to build a supportive network by, networking with individuals within your profession, outside of your profession, to help you navigate when you're in that space of a career transition.
Mm. And those mentors can absolutely help create just some real perspective. Because sometimes, depending on the career that you're just coming out of or would like to get out of, you will have, I'll be truthful, it will be foggy to see
Mhm.
clearly, if that's a good way of doing it, because we always
Yes,
talk about weather, right?
right.
But it will be foggy. It won't be
Yes.
a clear way or ahead of you. And so sometimes that mentor is almost as if, not that they're going to get you the role or get you
Mhm.
into that new business deal, but actually they'll get you because they'll understand a different perspective to what you're looking at and seeing, and they'll see it with different eyes and will open
Yes.
up some of that fog and clear some of that fog out of the way for you so that you then start to see clearly, start to understand how amazing you are much more clearly, and also get a really good roadmap. And I'm using your words here, Tara, so you can tell us about the roadmap in a second, okay? A really good roadmap of a career journey that can really help you, because my skills are all in emotional intelligence. And so I will look at that self-confidence trait and I'll go, you know what? That looks strong, or it needs development. If it needs development, I've already given you some tips anyway. But if it needs development, check out how competent you are. Check out your past experiences. Check out if I've got the skills and assured at what I can do, then you can nail this. But also spend some time loving you,
Mhm.
embracing you as a person and loving yourself to the point where you're saying, I've now delivered X. Now it's my turn to get on a new journey and deliver Y for a new sector or a new company or business. Whereas, Tara, tell us about the way that you work and the roadmap that you create.
It's listening to you again there reminded me that many times when I first have those first initial conversations with women, that they're looking for an answer of whether they need to go up or out. And it doesn't even start there. It starts with in helping them to really embrace their confidence, their self-esteem, because many times that's where the gap is when they're in this career transition. And we can't just jump into whether you should go up or out. We need to really set a foundation and explore some things really at the developmental level, like being able to show up differently for yourself in order to lead teams. And so I work with women to not only embrace that confidence and self-esteem, but also for them, I encourage them or give them permission in some ways, which they already know that they can, they just don't believe it. They have the right to determine when they should go up or out in the organization. And women who then own their power to take charge of their careers, as I mentioned, they show up differently for themselves, but then they're more intentional about how they lead others when they are more confident, when they know the value that they bring, when they know that their worth is non negotiable in the work that they do. And so I work with women in those aspects, and many of them partner with me to help explore those areas. And then we're able to strategize to put together a plan on whether they should go up or out.
Fantastic. That's great. Thank you, Tara. So, anyone who wants to get in touch with myself or Tara, please do see our details in this post here. Also, jump onto YouTube and do subscribe so that you can get a chance to listen to our weekly updates for you. And they're short, sharp, with enough tips and strategies to get started for sure. So, thank you for listening, and look out for us next week where we will have another topic for you to listen to. Take care. All the best. Bye bye.